Hello friends, welcome to Get My Job channel. In today's video, we'll see top 10 questions for cracking electrical engineer's job interview on electrical safety, basically arc flash hazard and its mitigation. Prepare for the interview for the job of electrical engineer. Let us know the top question on arc flash hazards and its mitigation which are asked during the electrical engineer's job interview. To support your interview preparation, I shall be publishing series of such videos on each aspect of electrical. To get such videos first hand, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. So friends, let's see. What is an arc flash event? Arc flash event can be defined as a rapid release of energy caused by an arcing fault that results from a short circuit between two conductors. Because of that high energy release, arc faults have significant effect. This effect can be described as thermal impact, pressure wave, flying particles, toxic impact, sound and light. These can hazard the personnel and equipment. Therefore, arc faults lead to economic damages, voltage stability problems, power loss and quality problems on power systems. To minimize the risk and hazard of the arc faults, arc flash calculation shall be done. Risk must be analyzed and related precautions should be taken. What is arc flash boundary? Arc flash boundary: when an arc flash hazard exists, an approach limit at a distance from a prospective arc source within which a person could receive a second degree burn if an electrical arc flash were to occur. A second degree burn is possible by an exposure of unprotected skin to an arc flash above the incident energy level of 5 joule per centimeter square or 1.2 calorie per centimeter square. What is limited approach boundary and what is restricted approach boundary? Limited approach boundary: an approach limit at a distance from an exposed energized electrical conductor or circuit part within which a shock hazard exists. Restricted approach boundary: an approach limit at a distance from an exposed energized electrical conductor or a circuit part within which there is an increased likelihood of electrical shock due to electrical arc over combined with the inadvertent movement for the personnel working near the energized electrical conductor or circuit part. What are the arc prediction methods? Arc prediction methods are important as much as arc prevention methods. In some situations, arc could happen even if you take all necessary precautions. Therefore, if you could able to predict it just before it happens, you can minimize the risk and hazards of arc flash. Arc flash can be detected by analysis of phase currents based on the zero sequence voltage or current differential and sensor technologies such as RF antenna, piezoelectric sensor, ultraviolet sensor, Rogowski coil, thermal sensor, chemical analyzers, light sensor, etc. What is a typical arc flash label? Warning. This the figure shows typical arc flash label, wherein it will give you a warning and say arc flash and shock hazard. It will ask for appropriate PPE requirement. The label will typically describe the arc energy in terms of calorie per centimeter square. Also, it will show you the working distance in centimeter, at what voltage, what is arc flash distance and what kind of PPEs you are required to wear. Basically, PPEs required for the arc flash hazard mitigation are described as PPE level 1, 2, 3. What are arc effects reduction and protective methods? The hazard of an arc could be measured according to arc incident energy in that point. So, the calculation of arc flash incident energy is for evaluating needed safe working distance and personal protective equipment for the employees. Arc flash energy is mainly dependent on voltage, distance, arc current and arcing time. The main factors that could be changed in practice are arc current and arcing time. Because the system voltage and working distance are not easily changeable factors, therefore arc effect reduction and protective method can be summarized as follow: reducing or limiting arc current methods, reducing arcing time methods, using special PPEs for arc faults, using PPEs. What are the different protective equipment for the different hazard level? Typically, the hazard categories or PP are defined in like level 1. Level 1 is hazard risk category is 4 calorie per centimeter square. In level 1 there will be arc rated long sleeve shirt, arc rated pant or overall, arc rated face shield with hard hat, safety glasses, hearing protection, leather and voltage rated gloves as needed and leather work shoes. In hazard category 2, basically the incident energy is 8 calorie per centimeter square. In this category, we use PPE, arc rated long sleeve shirt, arc rated pants or overall, arc rated face shield and balaclava or arc flash suit with hard hat, safety glasses, hearing protection, leather and voltage rated gloves as needed and leather work shoes. In arc hazard or risk category 3, the basically incident energy is 25 calorie per centimeter square. Here we use arc rated long sleeve jacket, arc rated pants, arc rated flash hood with hard hat, safety glasses, hearing protection, leather and voltage rated gloves as needed and leather work shoes. Hazard or risk category 4, wherein the incident energy is 40 calorie per centimeter square. So arc rated long sleeve jacket, arc rated pants, arc rated flash hood with hard hat, safety glasses, hearing protection, leather and voltage rated gloves, leather work shoes. So typically these are the four level of PPEs we use for different incident energy levels. Which standard gives procedure for arc flash analysis? IEEE standard 1584 2002 describes the procedure and provides the direction for accurate means of determining a safe arc flash boundary and associated hazard level. The basis for this method is experimental data recorded from the simulated arc corresponding to bolted three-phase fault. Current magnitudes measured at the terminals of an experimental enclosure. So friends, I hope this information was useful for you and you will take advantage of it. Please like and subscribe my YouTube channel for more such videos. Thank you friends and all the best.